Hi, I'm Goose Brigader. What you're about to watch is a small story that I told on stream about the time I almost died. While that's a bit of an exaggeration, you'll understand once you listen to the story, but I hope you enjoy it. If you want to watch more stories like this, you want to catch the stream live, go to twitch.tv/goosebrigader and follow me there. Thanks. Enjoy the story. You guys want to hear a story? Do you guys want me to tell you a story? I have a work story. Well, a story of one time when I was like applying for a job, right? I I applied to this call center like downtown, because call centers in Mexico are the ones that pay you the most. So I applied to this call center, and I went in, filled out the application, did all that, and then I had to go for an interview. And the dude that was like taking in the applications and all that, the dude told me like, hey, all right, thanks for the application, just wait outside, and I'll give you a call. And I went, okay, sure, whatever. So I went outside. I just kind of sat there. I was listening to music, and then he calls me like 20-30 minutes later, and he goes, hey, where are you? And I went, I'm outside. Why? And I was like, do you want me to come back? And he said, no, wait there. I'll go get you. And I went, huh? I went, excuse me? He's like, yeah, don't worry. He's like, do you know where this bank is? And I went, yeah. And he goes, all right, go over there. I'll go meet you. I'll meet you there. And I went, huh? And this could have either gotten me a job or gotten me killed. There was no in between. So I went, sure. And I walked over to the bank to where the dude wanted me to be. And then like as I'm getting to the bank, he calls me again and he goes, that seems sketchy. Oh, absolutely. And then like I get to the bank, and then he calls me again, and he goes, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the bank. And he goes, it gets sketchier, because the dude goes, all right, meet me at the back. And I went, sure. He's like, meet me at the back, yeah, over by this store. Yeah, meet me at the back, over by this store. And I went, sure. And so like I walked to the back of the bank pretty much, and as I'm walking there, he's like, you'll see me in an Uber. And I went, I'm about to die. I'm still going along with this because in my head I'm like, if I make it out of this alive, this is gonna be a good story. The content. So but yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, so like I see this dude in an Uber, right? And like he tells me to get in the Uber. And I'm like, sure. Nothing bad has ever happened of, when someone else gets into a car with a stranger. So I get in the car, and like I'm thinking we're about to like leave, we're about to like go drive somewhere. And the dude looks at me and he goes, you mind if a friend of mine joins us? And I went, I'm about to die. I was like, I'm about to fucking be deceased. And I went, I mean, I guess not. Again, this is a couple years ago. This is a few years ago. So like it's oh man, just dead. And stupidly enough, I went, yeah, I mean, I guess not. And he said, okay, we'll just wait here for like 10 more minutes, and then if he doesn't show up, we'll leave. And I went, sure. So I'm just chilling, waiting. I'm on my phone texting like my friends and my parents. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I've activated I've activated my location. If for whatever reason this just stops, wherever the last place was, just come and find me. so the other dude finally arrives. At this point it's been like 10 minutes. We're just chilling in the car. The other dude finally arrives, and he tells the Uber driver, all right, let's go. And apparently the Uber driver already knew where we had to be. It was like, like, he just went, let's go, and the dude started driving to where we had to be. Like, I didn't even see his phone out to like look at directions and shit. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, and so, and like, we're driving. I'm looking around, trying to figure out where the fuck we are. And I guess the dude that was like, quote unquote, like, got my application and shit, realized that this is like this is a little sketchy, I guess. You know, a lot of sketchy, pretty much. He looked at me and he goes, you know where we are yet? And I was like, this motherfucker about to kill me. Like, this like, this is the last thing that I see before I fucking die. And so he goes, you know where we are yet? And I went, yeah. And like, we finally get there. Like, we finally get to a place, and it's a fucking hotel, right? It's like a goddamn hotel that he's taking me to. So it gets worse. Like, it gets absolutely worse. He takes me to a hotel, and like, he's like, all right, so we're gonna come in through the back, right? We're gonna go in through the parking lots in the back. And I went, oh my god, no. Holy shit. Like, in my head, I'm like, are the cameras not working in the back? Like, what's about to happen here? And so we go in through the parking lot, and like, we get into the elevator, and we're just there. Like, the dude and his friend are just kind of chatting while I'm like serious. I'm like scared out of my fucking life, just chilling, just, you know, behind them. I'm like first sign of danger, I'm fucking dipping, like. And then we go up to the 4th floor, right? We go up to the 4th floor, and like, we reach a call center, like a call center in this hotel, right? They're like offices in that floor. And I go, huh? It turns out that this dude that was recruiting for this other call center that I went to apply to yoinked some of the applicants from that call center and took them to another one. The dude was working for a different call center while at that job and taking applicants from that particular job to go to another one. And he would get commissions based on how many people he brought in. So I just so happened to be one of those people that he brought in for this new job. But I had no idea. The entire time, I'm like sitting there, I'm like behind them, just listening to their conversation as I think I'm about to fucking die by the hands of this dude. Like, it's bad. It's like I'm in full-on panic mode, right? Like, and it just turns out that this dude is recruiting for a different call center. He's just yoinking people, and like, it wasn't even like it looked like one of those brand new shitty call centers. Like, they showed us this system, they showed us all this shit, and like, it's garbage, right? It's like fucking someone who is learning to code made that program. It was not good. It was sketchy as fuck. And while I was there, right, while I'm sitting like listening to these people take calls, I hear how bad they're treating their customers. Like, it's not good. Like, it's a nondescript like internet provider that is like, the system has like 4 buttons, and it is not A, not professional, and B, just it's not like a good place to work at. And so when like there's this woman that calls in, right, while I'm there, calls in, and And apparently they knew this woman already. They had tabs on this woman because she called in and then she was told like basically, we told you the same thing like last time, man, blah blah blah. And then they hung up on the lady. And then the dude that took the call went to a supervisor and he went, yeah, this woman called again. And the dude goes, yeah, she's been calling a lot. Just ignore the call if she calls in again. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? And so I left. I was like, I don't think this is the call center for me. And I dipped. I took the elevator and I left. But that was the end of that story. I thought I was about to die at some point. Like, I legitimately thought that I was going to be deceased. But I went along with it because I said, you know, if this will be a good story. This will be a good story to tell. Yeah, I zoomed out of there. I was gone. They hadn't even interviewed me and I left. So yeah, like I said, I went in there for the content pretty much. So yeah, that is my story. That is the one time I almost died, possibly, while going to get a job.